What's up, everyone? Welcome to Timograph, where I teach you the tips, tricks, and techniques that I've learned over the years, as well as the ones that I'm currently learning as an artist. I am Timothy Santana. So me and my wife are still in the process of moving, as I said in the previous video. Found a better place to shoot the videos for the time being, and between following either next week's or the week after, one of those episodes, you'll probably start seeing the new place. So today I'm going to be showing you how to create a GIF. That's G-I-F, not the peanut butter. Now, a GIF is a file extension, GIF. And what a GIF does is it pretty much supports an animated or a static image. So it's pretty much like an image that you can make move. I mean, if you wanted a dumbed down version of it. So with that said, I'm going to show you how to create your own custom GIFs and how to export them within Photoshop. So it's going to be really easy, simple, streamlined, sort of kind of thing we do around here. Tutorial. Alright, so now we're here in Photoshop. I've already got this one laid out that I've already done and completed. Just to give you an example, I can hit play on the preview and there you go. And I can export this as a GIF and we're good to go. I'm going to show you all about this now. So I've got this laid out. This is just 1920 by 1080, just like a video would be. So we're going to start. I have on the desktop right here, I've got my Timograph intro. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. Click the check mark. Now I'm going to go ahead and say create video timeline. Now if you don't have your timeline open, you can go ahead, go to window, bam, timeline. Once you select that, this will pop up right here. You say create video timeline. We can go ahead and get rid of this background here just to keep things tidy. Alright, so what we're going to do now is I am going to scrub through this because I only want a portion of this when the title sort of explodes and reveals. So I'm going to start from there. I'm going to hit this this cut tool right here, this scissors tool. I'm going to go ahead and select this layer. It creates it into two layers. It cuts it. Select the bottom layer. I'm just going to delete it right there. Hit delete or backspace. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back at the front. So this way it's at frame 1. Go ahead and scrub through this. Now to move one frame at a time, I'm going to do this. Just do that. This right here will move you one frame at a time. I'm going to go ahead and cut that one. It's going to create me a layer. I'm going to go ahead and move forward again. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to move forward again and again, and I'm going to cut it there. Now with that one that we just did, as you can see, that one sort of prolongs. I'm just going to go ahead and make that smaller. Now this is going to be, I know it's a little bit finicky, but I mean, if you know anything about editing, this isn't all that complicated to you. If not, just play around, just keep an eye on what I'm doing and you'll get it. It's not rocket science. Go ahead and splice it, one more frame, and I'm going to gather probably like 2 more frames. Let me see. Let's do that one. Move forward. This one. And then let's delete that. That one. Move this back here so there's no empty space. Go forward. And I think we're good there. Yeah, right there. I'll cut that one. And now I can delete the rest of this because we don't need the rest of this. Alright, so I've only got about 9 frames. 9, 10, yeah, 9 frames right there. Alright, so what I'm going to do next, right over here, you'll see there's these 3 boxes. Now these 3 boxes, you're going to go ahead and click it. And what that's going to do is it's going to create them into image frames. You'll see. Instead of a timeline, you're going to get this, see, this will convert the timeline into a frame animation. So you're going to get a frame animation. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. Hit continue, and boom. So now you see you've got like these individual images, these ones that we cut out, these frames, right? If we would have left the timeline in there as a whole and not sliced them up into individual frames like we just did, then you would only see one frame on here and you wouldn't be able to do all this. So now that you've got individual frames cut, right, because Photoshop reads it as layers. Everything is layers inside of Photoshop. So when you see these layers, these layers, it identifies it and turns them into frames. So with each layer, there's a frame. So now we can go ahead and control the time. So by clicking the little drop down right there where you see the 0.03 or whatever your thing reads, where you see the numbers, and you can actually control the amount of time that it's going to be there. If you want no delay, just for it to scrub straight through, it's probably going to look weird, but yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put 1 second on there. Do the same for all of these. 1 second. You can go ahead and play around, and you don't have to select these specifically. If you want to put in something custom, you can go ahead and say, 0.35, let's say, and you can go ahead and put that. But I already did this, and I already know that 1 second is going to work for this. Hopefully it works the second time around too. And we got one. Well, it's not even 1 second. I'm totally saying that wrong. It's 0.1 second. Forgive me. It's like a tenth of a frame. And then the next one is going to be 1 second. The final one is going to be 1 second. If I go ahead and hit play back on the preview, you can see right there, we've got our animation. Alright, so now that we've got our animation all done and set, looks pretty good. It's pretty simple to create. We're going to go ahead, start back at frame 1. We're going to go to File. It's time to export this. So we're going to go to Export. Right, we're going to say Save for Web, and then in parentheses says Legacy. So we're going to go ahead and click that. This is going to open up this window here, the Save for Web window. And it's got a bunch of options here. Now, I don't want to save it as original because I originally created, used the video file that I used is a HD video file, 1920 by 1080. That's too big, way too big. I could be, saving a lot more space. So, in order to make this a little bit more economic, I'm going to go ahead and change the percentage. Right here, you'll see the percentage. Over here, it says image size. Says width, height, so you can change that. But I'm going to change the percentage. I'm going to say 25%, which is going to lower it to a 480 by 270. So that's going to be perfectly fine. And I can go ahead and actually preview this, and it's going to open in a web browser. And as you can see, that's going to be our final animation there. So now that we've got this, we could check, make sure everything's good. If there's anything else you want to add, not add, you can go ahead and explore the options a little more. I'm just showing you exactly how to export this. So we're just going to move along. That's good. Everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. So now let's save. I'm going to go ahead and call this GIF, because I already have a GIF demo. GIF demo 2. I'm going to go ahead and save it to the desktop. Hit save. And that's about it. I've already got one created, so here on the desktop, I can show you once it's exported, this is what it's going to look like. You double click on it, preview it, and you've got yourself a GIF here. So, yeah, it's pretty much that's it. You can go ahead and email it to yourself, social media, social networks, all that stuff. Upload it wherever you want. That's pretty much it. And that concludes our tutorial on how to create a GIF. And hope you learned something. If you liked it, found it useful in any way, shape, or form, give it a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. Won't hurt my feelings too much. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Also, any suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments below. Be sure to get back to you. Feel free to share it, because sharing is caring. And also, feel free to subscribe so you can get more content and videos like this every week, or at least attempting every week. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere you can find me on social media, at Timbograph. Anyways, I am Timothy Santana, once again, and I will see all of you lovely people next time.